Hello, my precious students of New Obsidian Duel Academy. I am your host, Lady Sarisa, and welcome to the channel. If you're from YouTube and you're not part of this, well, you're now part of this because you're watching this video. No choice, you're here, we accept you, this is what's happening, this is your life now. Even if you don't like Yu-Gi-Oh! And you just happen to stumble upon this video, this is now your life now. We're going to hug you and everything else, and just go on with it. Anyways, today's deck video is Lockdown Burn. If you're here for that, you are come to the right place because we are going to be locking our opponent out. We are going to burn the snot out of them, and we're going to watch as we tribute their monsters and go, ha ha ha. Good luck. Also, turn around and watch them try to do stuff while it's on their turn, and we're just going to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the deck list. We've got 2 copies of Lovo Golem. Yes, you're going to have chances of having multiple monsters on your opponent's side of the field. There is that possibility. More common than you might think in GOAT format. While the GOAT format is a slower format than the modern format, there is possibilities of having multiple monsters. So this is still great. 2-up because it's not always going to be live until later on in the game. I play a set of Death Wombat. This card is actually very important in this deck because if you're going to get hit with effect damage, you take none, and you will be taking hit from effect damage with this. A playset of Death Koala. Death Koala will actually utilize the fact that your opponent has a larger hand than yours and say, haha, take the damage, bitch. Next, we have 1 copy of Sandian, which can actually search out your Death Koala if you so choose, or you can search out your one of Cyber Jar, since you're running a lot of flip effect monsters anyways, or your one of Morphing Jar. That is 11 monsters in the deck. Morphing Jar is actually in here because you're going to be using your entire hand, and you're going to want to get your entire hand back. So, that's why Morphing Jar is in here. Again, 11 monsters. Into the spells, we have 18 spells. We have the standard 1 Pot of Greed, and then 1 Graceful Charity, 2 copies of Lemon Area B, a playset of Messenger of Peace, a playset of Dark Snake Syndrome, where Death Wombat will actually be very important in this build, because your opponent will be taking damage while you won't. Unfortunately, Death Wombat does not protect you from our playset of Chain Energy, which every time they try to normal, special, or set a monster, we're going to have to take 500 life points. Thankfully, we do not normal, special, or set mini monsters, so we will not be hurt as much from this, while our opponent may actually get hit a lot. I've been personally on a toss-up, maybe 2 copies of Nobleman Crossout, who knows. But we have 2 copies of Burning Land. This could probably be better off in the side deck. Either have it Armite Body of Shield or Giant Trunade in there instead. But I personally haven't gone against very many field spell decks that uses field spells, so this one hasn't really been live. Playset of Toll. Yeah, we don't attack much, so we don't really get hurt by this either. But our opponent may actually do more attacking than we need, so they're gonna hurt a lot. A playset of Secret Barrel. Again, same thing as Death Koala. 1 copy is Ceasefire. This hurts us somewhat in our flip effects, but if we have Death Wombat on the board, it really doesn't matter. 1 copy of Mirror Force, because we need protection and destruction. 1 copy of Ring Destruction, because self-explanatory. A playset of Curse of Darkness. Yes, there are going to be a lot of spells being played. Yeah, we do play spells. However, it is considered effect damage. So if Death Wombat is on the field, you are actually protected from this. And then finally, for our last traps, making it another 11 traps, 2 copies of Gravity Bind. We do not have an extra deck. We don't need an extra deck or fusion deck in GOAT format, so we don't really have to worry about that. In our side, it's pretty standard. We actually run an extra level golem just to extend further. One Breaker the Magical Warrior to break our opponent's back row. One Tribe Infecting Virus for goat. Tokens, infecting stuff, you know, details. EDO Pro is having a identity crisis with Night Assailant, but we have, I promise you, this is 2 Night Assailant. 2 copies of My Body is Shield. 2 copies of Giant Trunade, because if Heavy Storm was in here, we would hurt. 1 copy of Mystical Space Typhoon. 2 copies of Dust Tornado, because we want to be the only ones playing back row. And a playset of Trap Dust Shoot in case we have to go up against decks that have cards that they really need in their hand, and we don't want those in their hand. That is it for the deck profile. Let's go on to the replays. Alright, so we have a couple of replays. We have this one, our Dragon Lock versus Lockdown Bird. Dragons versus Lockdown Bird. Yes, 2 different type of decks that utilizes dragons. And then we have one more down here, Last Turn versus Lockdown Bird. So what we're going to go ahead and we're going to go down the list. We're going to go with, Dragon Lock versus Lockdown Burn. Blazon's Dragon Lock versus our Lockdown Burn. Let's see how that goes. So we're the ones that get to go first. We get started off with our draw. We activate Pot of Greed, activate Chain Energy by mistake. We should have set that last. Set our Desquala, activate Toll, activate Dark Snake Syndrome, another Chain Energy, and then have a set mana for their turn. They sit there and just try to have to deal with 1,000 turn burn, and we are sitting back watching, relaxing, because realistically, our little bit of mistake there doesn't really hurt us that much. While we're having to watch them trying to go through so much, they actually metamorphosis their Sandyan so they can get their search, and finally in their turn, they only have 3,000 life points. They activate their Royal Decree, and we're over here going, well, crap. We have trap cards. They activate their Torrential Tribute, thinking they can still use it for whatever reason, and then we actually start attacking the game. Now, whatever they do, if they play 1 card, they lose. Next up, we're going to go with Dragons versus Lockdown Burn. Viking King playing straight Dragons. And our hand is still questionable, and we're actually the ones going first. So we play 4 cards face down with a Morphine Jar set. We actually play 2 copies of Curse of Darkness to watch them play cards in their hand. They actually play Flute into Summoning Dragon. We're over here going, mommy, please? They attack with their monster, me forgetting that they can actually get effect off of that. We activate Grounding Vine and Cease Fire to deal a little bit extra damage. They get their Horus of Black Flame, and we're over here going, oh look, Lava Golem is on your side of the field. Set Secret Barrel and activate Dark Snake Syndrome. Secret Barrel activates, and we have to watch them take damage out the wazoo. Now they summon up Jinzo, and we're over here going, alright, now we have to fight for our life. So we go ahead, Snake Syndrome activates, we are over here going, Pot of Greed, Levant Limit Area Be It, Desquala set. We already lost a little bit too much. They activate Break the Magic Warrior, they pop our Limit Area Level B, and that is it for us in game 2, or in this one. So, Viking King definitely got us on the upper hand. In here, Last Turn versus Lockdown Burn. Not the world's greatest version of Last Turn, but we ended up actually helping them out a little bit more. We set 1 card, activate 2 Dark Snake Syndrome, and Chain Energy after summoning Death Wombat. On their turn, we activate Secret Barrel, deal damage, watch them play a bunch of cards, sitting back, relaxing, and they set 1 pass. We want to activate our Mystical Space Typhoon, they Solemn Judgment. We're over here going like, well, alright, so now you've basically made it a little bit easier for us to kill you with. I attack their Gravekeeper's Spy with Death Wombat and end up tributing it instead. Now they are also slowly killing themselves, trying to set cards, and now they attack into my Death Wombat. They've only got 750. whereas we have plenty of life points to just sit back, relax, and watch them die. Alright, that is it for this video. I hope you took something from this. Make better plays that I did when that chain energy, like, remember to activate chain energy last, not first. Whoops, I got a little overzealous there. But again, it's all in the fun of things. So without further ado, we'll see you in the next video. Class dismissed.